For the better part of the day, governors across the 47 counties were holed up in meetings aimed at giving a boost to the Building Bridges Initiative report released a few days ago. The meeting would discuss devolution. After emerging from the meeting, the county bosses opted to remain mum about the discussions that took place in the almost 5-hour-long meeting that had earlier been graced by ODM leader Raila Odinga. According to sources inside the meeting, K24 News was informed that much of the time was spent deliberating on the report recommendations that running mate of every candidate for the position of the governor be of the opposite gender. This, according to our sources, was vehemently opposed by the majority of governors. As it stands, 17 first-time governors across the 47 counties will be forced to pick new deputies in 2022 if the report proposals are adopted. The BBI report coming in full swing with a proposed amendment to Article 200 of the Constitution that will see gender parity achieved.
We could not finish our meeting today. So on Tuesday, we shall issue an official press statement.
The county bosses would not agree to these changes, thus prompting a retreat that is set to take place in Naivasha on Monday next week. President Kenyatta and former Premier Raila Odinga are then expected to join the retreat on Tuesday for briefings of their deliberations. The report is seemingly garnering more support with the pastoralist community among those joining the fray. The community is lauding the report, which they say has factored key areas that have majorly been an issue within the community, such as health and education.
We had the opportunity to meet the principals. Of course, there might be issues, but issues cannot be resolved in chest thumping, in giving ultimatums, and saying these are our irreducible minimum. And yet, the person who was leading BBI, the chairman, is a pastoralist himself.
We are not in competition with pastoralists, other pastoralists who have issued their statements before. I believe pastoralists support the BBI process. I believe so. I believe that pastoralists will benefit a lot in the BBI process.
Church leaders, on the other hand, under the ban of the National Council of Churches of Kenya, have remained critical over the report, with the clerics quoting key areas that need to be improved through further consultations.
The two-third gender principle has not been adequately addressed despite the expansion of the National Assembly by 70 members. The provisions in this regard require further consideration to resolve this. Further, we find that the transfer of women representatives from the National Assembly to the Senate will deny women opportunity to be appointed cabinet ministers.
Independence of the judiciary and that of the police were termed as major issue, and thus calling on the political class as well as church leaders to engage in proper dialogue aimed at arriving at an amicable solution.
The best case scenario, we call it Jerusalem. In the Jerusalem scenario, we describe it as where the political class agrees to negotiate and to agree on the referendum bill, leading to a one-sided, one-united referendum. The concerns of Kenyans are taken aboard, and the 22 elections become cordial and generally with less tension.
Martin Opio, K24 TV.